Well, good day. It's Dalene with Networking Naturally. I'm excited to share with you how to choose the right networking events and make them count. Sometimes walking into a networking event in a room full of strangers, let's say at the chamber, you really don't know what professions they're in. I'm a big believer in activity equals results. But here's the thing, are you doing it strategically? When it comes to networking, one of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to be everywhere. They treat it like a numbers game. More events, more contacts, more chances of success. But hear the truth. Being strategic about where you spend your time makes a huge difference. You don't need to attend every breakfast, luncheon, or after work mixers. What you really need is clarity. Clarity about who you serve, who you want to meet, and where the most valuable connections are likely to be found. Start with your ideal client. Before you add another event to your calendar, take a moment to picture your ideal client. What stage of life are they in? What challenges are they facing? What do they want most right now? Once you have that picture, take it one step further. Who else works with the same person before, during, or after you? That's where your strategy truly begins to take shape. Think beyond your industry. Let's take real estate as an example. Buying or selling a home isn't just about a realtor. It's an entire ecosystem of services working together. A realtor might collaborate with a mortgage broker, a lawyer, an insurance agent. And those are all very typical, okay? But think outside the box a little bit and think of a daycare owner, somebody who maybe has 50, 60, or 100 kids at that daycare that have likely two parents each, okay? They have every profession under the sun. And of course, they know whether they're having more babies, whether they're divorcing, and can be a great source of referrals for you. But the circle doesn't stop there. New home ownership might also need a painter to refresh their walls, a plumber, an electrician, a renovation company to customize their space, window covering specialist to add the finishing touches. All of these professionals serve the same client in a complementary, not competitive way. That's the power of thinking beyond your own role and understanding the full journey your client takes. Build your referral dream team. Now imagine intentionally building relationships with those complementary service providers, not in just a transactional send me business kind of way, but in a genuine trust-based way. You'd be essentially creating your own referral dream team. Each of you shares a similar client base, but provides a different solution. Each of you can introduce the other naturally, knowing your clients will truly benefit. And here's where it gets exciting. Say each member of your dream team has 500 plus followers on LinkedIn. When you start supporting one another, commenting on posts, sharing updates, tagging, and collaborating, your reach doesn't just add up, it multiplies. So let's say with a dream team of referral partners, if you're looking at anywhere from 6, 8, 10 different people, a few things to note first. Make sure they are active on social media platforms, preferably the same ones you are. On LinkedIn, 500 plus, you get you into the algorithms, get you into the club that matters. So imagine 6, 8, or 10 referral partners that have good connections, are active on social media. 8 times 500 is 4,000. That's how to really magnify what you're doing and build the relationships based on know, like, and trust. Of course, none of this happens overnight. Strong networking takes time, and it's built on these 3 things. Get to know the person beyond their job titles, understand how they serve their clients, build relationships with people whose energy and values align with yours, trust, only refer people you'd confidently stand behind because your reputation travels with every introduction you make. Authenticity always shines through. When you recommend someone you generally trust, that connection carries weight and credibility. How to choose the right events. So how do you decide which events to attend? Simple. Focus on the ones where you're most likely to meet people who are your ideal client or serve your ideal clients in complementary ways. Skip the scattershot approach. Instead, prioritize the events where your time, energy, and presence will create meaningful outcomes. When you surround yourself with the right people, referrals, collaborations, and opportunities start to flow naturally. And networking becomes not only more effective, but far more enjoyable. When there's trust, when we make introductions, that trust opens doors so much faster. Keep building real connections. Networking doesn't have to feel like an endless grind. With the right strategy, it becomes a multiplier for your business and a whole lot more fun. I mean, really, you could stay at home on your computer and build $1 million business. You get to know a person well enough on social media platforms that you can say, hey, I'm going to a networking event. Do you want to meet there this week? And let's say over the past 2 weeks, if I've met 10 or 12 people that I'd really like to connect with, 10 or 12 coffees takes a lot of time. But if I invite them to that networking event, they're not all going to come, but that's why I invite more so that you're guaranteed to have a few people come. And if you just introduce them to each other, we're still further ahead, right? So never go to a networking event alone. If you'd like more encouragement and strategies to make networking feel natural, reach out. My name's Dalene. My company's Networking Naturally. Would you, a friend or a family member, need to network, but the very thought of it creates anxiety? Guess what? Imagine if you could actually like it. That's what I do. One-on-one coaching, small group coaching, keynote speaking, and really love making connections. I'm a big believer in everybody's got a story, and I'd love to hear yours. If you enjoy learning through conversation, tune into my podcast, Network Equals Net Worth. And it's not all about money. It's about the richness in our relationships. I hope you're having a great day.